How we doing, guys? Moose here, episode 32 of our West Ham United career mode as we continue things here, getting the transfer window not underway so much as just continuing with the business we've already been looking at. And a player, I thought we needed a little bit more depth in central midfield. Also, we brought in Delph. He's not necessarily the entire standard that Alex Song would give to us, but he's a guy who can work his way into that position. But also I thought, we needed a little bit more in the central midfield range as opposed to using guys converted to central midfield. Obviously Chamberlain maybe will do that this year, as well as guys like Amalfitano. But so I thought we'd go after Adrian Rabiot because he's a great young player. He's got tons of potential, but he hasn't really found his way into the PSG lineup. So we think we can get him for a cut rate price, and we do. He's 73 overall right now, but he's only 20 years of age. And we get him for $2.5 million, which is a fantastic deal in my opinion. We'll also come back and get an offer for Maiga for $3.1 million. His value is 3.4. I decided if you give me 3.5, go ahead and take him. He's not going to come into our team, and we'll get him off the books. So we get an offer for him. Getafe decide to match that 3.5, and so they're definitely going to be taking him on and getting him out of our team, getting rid of his wage, because he's actually getting a $50K a week offer from them. That is just absurd. Rabiot declines our first transfer offer because he wants a bigger squad role, so we decided to go from squad rotation to important. We also get a loan offer from Queen's Park Rangers for Rodriguez, which, to be honest, I do want to get him out on loan because I want to get him experience, but the problem is, I know when you loan players in FIFA, if you loan them to someone in the same league as you, which Queen's Park Rangers are because they didn't get relegated, they don't play as well, or like their form comes into account when they progress. So like say he was at Queen's Park Rangers and had bad form, he wouldn't progress nearly as well as if he was playing in the championship because it doesn't take note of his form, it just progresses him however it wants to, you know what I mean? It will get him a lot better progression in a different league. So I'm waiting to see. I might still accept just to get him out on loan and get him some time, but we'll have to see if I decide to do that or if we get another loan offer in for him. If nothing else, we'll keep him in the side and see what we can do with him. We also get some transfer business here just to take a look at for you. Madrid potentially getting Falcao. Giroud potentially going away from Arsenal with, I think they brought in Dzeko. So a little bit of moves there. You can see Aguero went to PSG. Jackson Martinez joining up with Diego Costa. Chelsea and Lloris with a $52.5 million move to Barcelona after leading Spurs to the title last year. So he decides, you know what, I'll use that title talk and go from one Champions League team to another and move to Barcelona and try and take them back to the top. Obviously, we saw in the last episode they actually finished in second in the La Liga to Real Madrid, so he's trying to take them back to the title. A little bit unrealistic in only the fact that obviously Barcelona are unable to do transfer business for the next two transfer windows. If this was real life, this would be the second transfer window of that transfer ban, but they're not, and they brought in Lloris. So we see our first starting lineup that we come out here. We have Oxlade-Chamberlain, Delph, and Noble, and Downing making up our diamond midfield. Oxlade-Chamberlain, like I said, playing in central midfield because he is able to do that. We bring Sacco and Valencia up top because I want to try the pace out front to see how they work alongside guys like Delph and Oxlade-Chamberlain who do have a little bit of speed about them. We also have our normal backline, Creswell and Kulu, who's now coming to the team, Winston Reed, and Carl Jenkinson with Adrian in goal. Newcastle, pretty much a similar side to what we've seen in the past. The only difference is Vargas, who was on loan at Queen's Park Rangers last year, has now come on a permanent deal from Napoli to Newcastle. We get things underway with some really nice passing, a little tic-tac-toe I wanted to show you there, and how we'll intend to open teams up throughout the season here. But Oxlade-Chamberlain floats a ball, and Sacco heads it away as far as Stuart Downing, who tries to hit an ambitious volley. It was very going for the spectacular, ended up with the speculative, wasn't able to put it in the back of the net, loops over the top of goal. Vargas then has played through the fantastic ball. He does force an early save out of Adrian in the 20th minute to see if our EA Sports Hammer of the Year is able to live up to his reputation here in season number 2, and he does early on with a fantastic save. Cabella then plays the ball out to Sissoko, who tries to create a chance from out wide, looks the ball forward back to Cabella. He turns inside of Nkulu, and Nkulu does a great job of just kind of marking him, forcing them away from the goal, and allows Adrian to make a simple save at his near post. And Nkulu, tell you what, he did a fantastic job in this game. As we create a bit of a mess here, Jenkinson's shot off the corner is blocked. Downing then steps forward and whips the ball back into the area. Falls away to Winston Reed, has a shot, it's blocked. He goes for another rebound, and somehow Newcastle cleared away. But to talk about some of our new players, I thought Delph looked very good. He was positionally sound. The problem with him is he plays more as a central midfielder, so with him and Oxlade-Chamberlain loves to get wide and get in attacking positions. Delph not so much, just because he seems to stay more centrally. and I would hope to create a little bit more with him. But having him on Sacco's side, who I've instructed to drift wide, allows Sacco to kind of create that width. So we're doing all right there. I thought Oxlade-Chamberlain looks fantastic. We have another great chance here. Sacco loops the ball over the bar, but Oxlade-Chamberlain was a fantastic player in this game. You'll see him more in the second half get a lot more involved, but he looked really, really strong. And Kulu was very good at the back. I thought he was honestly better than Winston Reed. You can see a great block from Nkulu there, and then Adrian is able to make a second save to keep things level at 0-0. So Nkulu looked very good. I thought Jenkinson obviously was with the team last year, but he's technically a new sign. He looked fantastic. Newcastle with another speculative effort from range there, but it comes off the bar and goes wide, thankfully for us. In the 46th minute now, here's where Oxlade-Chamberlain did make his mark in the game. And really, the way we were able to involve him, a fantastic stop from Krul on that Oxlade-Chamberlain finesse, was we involved Oxlade-Chamberlain with the ball getting played out to Stuart Downing, and then Oxlade-Chamberlain making some darting runs either out wide or through the middle, depending on where Downing was. You'll see one right here. Through the middle on this play, gets on the ball, beautiful little turn, and if he's just able to control that ball a little bit better, it's in the back of the net. But that's really his main forte, I thought it was, with us, was when Downing would get on the ball, Oxlade-Chamberlain would make runs through the middle and be our real creator, to be honest. The ball would be played to him, and then he could either lay off to Valencia or continue on himself. But unfortunately, against the run of play, to be honest, Adrian, of course, had made a couple really nice saves in the first half, but the second half was all us, and Sissoko was able to corral the ball. Aaron Cresswell seemed to lose it on the cross there. Wasn't able to get onto it. Winston Reed then tried to force him away, and you got to say Adrian's got to be doing better with that ball at his near post. That's really the one spot that you have to save that ball and get out of danger, and he's unable to do it. Sissoko just powers it past him, and we do fall behind 1-0 at home in the early going, but trying to come back onto it. Noble plays the ball to Oxlade-Chamberlain, again creating things throughout the middle. Does really well to get enough space for himself to create a shot, but he puts it pretty close to Tim Krul, and it's forced away for a corner. On this corner, we decide, you know what, let's get some offense here. Andy Carroll, the big man, coming on for Diafra Sacco, who had done well. I thought he did all right creating things from out wide, but we want someone a little bit more direct that we can try to create chances with. We get a corner in here. Noble looking for the head of Carroll. Floats away as far as Aaron Cresswell. He looks for a similar goal that he scored against Everton last year, but he just doesn't get the power on it. Puts it straight down the throat of Tim Krul, and the Dutch stopper is able to make a save. We then have substitutions here. We bring on Morrison for Mark Noble. Once again, just another attacking-minded substitution. And one more move. We take off Fabian Delph. You can see I do it in a little bit of a speed round here, but we take off Delph, move Downing a little bit back, more defensive, and we bring on Matthew Jarvis instead to try and create a ton of offense here. We want pace coming through. Jarvis does well to help out Jenkinson back on the right side to create nice defensive clearance. Plays into Winston Reed. Out to Stuart Downing, who's done very well in this game. I thought he's created a ton. And Kulu's gone forward because we've sent the center back forward with just minutes to play. Create some chances. Jarvis finds a little bit of space. What is the defense doing? It's parted like the Red Sea for him. And Matthew Jarvis has found the equalizer. A man who was so non-existent, really a non-factor for the team last year, has made his mark in the first game of the season just minutes after coming on. Jarvis getting forward. The defense confused. I think they laid off thinking a cross was coming in for Andy Carroll. They also laid off because Ravel Morrison was standing in the middle of the box. So no one really challenged Jarvis. He wasn't the most imminent of threats, but he made himself one. Scores the goal, and that leads us to a victory here full time. Fantastic performance. I thought we played well. We honestly deserved better, to be honest, and hopefully we'll use that late game form and turn it into better things in the next episode. But the last thing I want to do here is kind of how we're going to determine Hammer of the Year from me this year. The Moose's Hammer Award. It's basically going to get 3 points for our best performers, 2 for our second, 1 for our third. In that game, it was Adrian picking up 3 for me, Oxlade-Chamberlain 2, and Downing 1. So I hope you like this new style. Let me know what you think of it, and we'll see you in episode 33, guys. Bye-bye.